What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? If you hear my voice, you know what that means. It's time for the Homos Talk Show right here on Verse TV. Aaron, tell me what week this is when we get a chance, but it's time to get down to it and do what we do best. I'm your boy, Atro Weeks Music, but it's not just about me. You know, we got a team in the building. So, of course, who else we got in the building? Chrissy, let the people know what's good.
Hi, it's your local handy woman from the land, Christine. How's everybody doing?
All right, Chrissy, fix your camera. I can't see you. All right, cool. Also, Blariana, talk to the people.
Hey, y'all. This is Blariana.
Ooh, I love that name, by the way. And last but not least, special guest in the building, Mumu, talk to the people. What's up? Tell him.
Mumu out of Vegas. We here live.
Oh, okay. Cincinnati. About to get crazy. You already know. No, but thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Definitely here with us all week long. So without further ado, y'all, let's get week 121, y'all. It's week 121. Sorry about that. So, we're out here over 2 years. Okay. Out here, Verse TV, doing what we do best each and every week consistently. Okay. No matter what it looked like, we still be here. Okay. So without further ado, let's get into our first topic of the day. So Aaron, powers that be, take it away. Let's talk about it.
All right. This first topic is another installment of Bestas for New Mariah, and it's coming from Billboard magazine. So, in response to the beautiful Nick Cannon saying that his ex-wife Mariah Carey's versus equal is R. Kelly, Billboard alternatively suggested these artists in its magazine, Billboard magazine. It suggested Janet Jackson instead, Mary J. Blige, Beyonce, Missy Elliott, Stevie Wonder. And the question that we'll answer for each artist individually is, why is the artist a good choice? Why is the artist a bad choice? And we'll go through each artist, going through all four people, and we'll start speaking of Janet Jackson. Troy, take it away.
All right, guys. So what we're going to do is, like Aaron said, I'm going to go through all these artists. I'm going to speak first and then go around to each of you to give your why and why not, why they're good and why they're bad. So starting with myself, Miss Janet Jackson. If you're nasty, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. When it comes to Janet and Mariah, I would say why I don't think it's a good match. There's no why it's a good match for me. But they're just two different type of artists. There's no way you can compare the why not. There's no way you can compare the vocal styles of the two of them and the arenas that they were in. They were not. Mariah wasn't out here giving a 1, 2, 3, 4. When Janet was out here giving a 1, 2, 3, 4 with a little bit of background vocals or whatever. But Mariah was out here giving life. So to me, those two are two different, would not work. In my opinion, as not a good match. So I'm gonna go to next on this. Mumu, talk to me. Janet Jackson. Why would it be good or why would it be bad?
I don't think it would be good either. Only because Janet Jackson more of a performer, Mariah more of a singer, and it's two separate, I think, eras, right?
Yeah, so you know that. Two different time zones.
They both really good, but no, two separate eras. Because in this era, I feel like I ain't never gonna say that from, but no.
Ooh, talking about you on TV. You can say what you want here. Free all. Say what you want.
I am go play Mariah's child so, but Janet Jackson was a big force era, so it's like two different eras.
Got it. Your opinion and you're entitled to it. Don't cost you no money. It's free. All right, cool. Thank you, Mumu. Chrissy, Janet Jackson. Why is it a good match and why is it a bad match?
Well, Janet Jackson is the female Michael Jackson. She's a classic. Like that's my answer right there. Like she's a super entertainer. Like she's like in my opinion, she's never been the best singer, but she's always been a phenomenal entertainer, and that's a really good reason for her to be a good selection.
All right. Okay. Let's talk about it, Miss Blariana. Janet Jackson.
Yep. So I agree with Chrissy. I like them both, but I would go see Janet before I go see Mariah, only because Janet will put on a show. You know, Mariah is more of the singer. She wants to be pretty and, you know, and Janet, she'll put on a show. She'll dance, you know, she'll have fire, smoke, all that stuff. So I'll go see Janet before I go see Mariah. I don't think they should. It'll be a good versus battle at all.
All right, this is the best us here on Verse TV, y'all. We giving our opinions, so make sure you know it's our opinions personally, not Verse TV. But anyway, Mary J is the next one. No, I'm trying to say, what am I going to say about that? No, I don't think vocally there's no way. Mary J was a vibe and an experience in a way that she gave in her own lane. And, you know, Mariah Carey was, you know, mostly on singing. She wasn't really, you know, into moving and dancing and shaking. Not saying Mary was. Mary did a lot of it. You know, she give you the, you know, the kick and all that. Mary give it to you. But she didn't move and do stuff. But vocally, to me, that didn't make sense. They're not in the same category. That's like R&B and pop. To me, it's like they don't make sense together. So I don't think it's a good match. Yeah, I don't think that'll be a good match. So Mumu, talk to me, Mariah Carey. I mean, sorry, Mary J. Blige, yeah, Mariah Carey.
Why I think it's a good match. I think they both had definitely an impact on the culture, right? Especially with Mariah Carey, the way she sing, and then with Mary J. Blige, the way she sing, so raw and stuff like that. They is too different, but I feel like it would be a good battle for the people because it would be like real good music for the culture. Like them two, I can say, like Mary J. Blige, I can listen to anything from her. Mariah, I can listen to anything. So I feel like it would be a great show to see them two together.
All right, now, see, I'm looking at the list here, and now you got me thinking. I'm looking at the list overall. I feel like her and Mary would probably be the best. So I'm just going, you know, now that I'm thinking about comparing, I had to go back for a second. Like, I'm looking at the list. So I do agree with you. Out of all we have, me personally, I think that her and Mary would probably be the best matchup. But I had to say that because you had to go back. So people are, you know, you being contradictory. I'm just saying, I'm going back. It's on the list now. We got to get through the list. If they go based on this list, I think Mary J is the best matchup. All right, but Chrissy, talk to you. Mary J and Mariah.
Okay, so I'm gonna say I'm an '80s baby. So I grew up listening to both of them, and I've been like a fan of Mariah since Vision of Love. Like I've always been a fan of Mariah.
She's a tricky back.
Like, yeah, and I love Mary J though, because I grew up in the project. No, I'm just but
I love it.
But she's got that street soul vibe. So I don't know. I honestly, for the sound, I wouldn't know who to pick. Honestly, I like Mariah's sound. I like Mary J because you can just jam to Mary J. Mariah, she's just all melodic and like intelligently so with all her big words and her music and stuff. So I just love both of the artists. You're gonna make me pick, man. I always gotta pick a side. Mix people stuff. I don't know.
You ain't gotta pick a side to say whether you think they're good or bad.
It's just a joke.
Don't pick a side that she's staying strong on it.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to say Mariah just because, I'm a hopeless romantic. I'll say that.
Okay. Well, all right then. All right. We got it. Layana, talk to me. Mary J and Mariah Carey.
All right. So this one was kind of hard for me. I like them both. They both got a lot of hits. I think the young ones today can learn a lot from both of them. It's kind of hard because I listen to music depending on my mood. You know what I'm saying? And Mariah's more of a sip some wine, reminisce on relationship type things. And then Mary is like, all right, he hurt you or you want to party, so it's kind of hard. But I would have to say Mariah only because I think I may listen to her a little bit more than Mary. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like when you kind of they both sing about kind of relationships, right?
Yeah.
I think the question was why would they not be a good fit for like the verses, right? We like trying to find somebody for the verses that's going to verse with her. And I feel like why it should be a good idea for them to do it is because they both sing about kind of the same thing, right? But one's like poppy, one's like R&B, but it's still impactful, right? Like I can listen to Mariah, like, feel some type of way, and I can listen to Mary and feel some type of way. So I don't know, but yeah, still, I understand where I was coming from.
Oh, we understood. Okay, we out here. So we got to spend our points. Okay, so next person is Beyonce and and Mariah. So for me, I would just love to see it. I don't think that there will be a good versus just because I feel like I said, Mariah and Mariah have long in the time that they were in doing what they're doing, where they started, it makes more sense. But I just would love to see Beyonce and Mariah because they're two divas and just to see how both of them would handle their verses. You know, verses went from people trying to lip sync to, you know, some people lip syncing on it's actually doing some live things, doing it for real. So I felt like I would love to see Beyonce and Mariah do verses in real life and see how they would give background track vocals or if they would give real life, you know, let me win. And so just for the heck of it, I would love to see it. So that's my opinion on Beyonce. Chrissy, Beyonce and Mariah Carey, talk to me.
So Mariah is OG, but Beyonce is millennial OG. I would hands down go for Beyonce, no question. She gets all of it for me. That's it.
She says I'm part of the Beehive. So yes. Would you watch and tune into this versus between Mariah Carey and Beyonce?
Yeah, I would. It would definitely be entertaining if it was a versus between Mariah and Beyonce, of course. Beyonce would be serving it though. She'd be serving it.
We already know she's gonna come ready for it. She's gonna have background dances and everything for verses.
Right.
She don't even need it. They're gonna come out the back somewhere. Somewhere they come out the back ready for like girls and shit.
Right.
But that's what I'm here for, the secret surprise. You know, she give you elements of surprise. Blairna, talk to the people. Come on, Beyonce and Mariah Carey.
I would love it, actually. I would love it. I would have a good time watching it. I probably wouldn't want it to end. They're both powerful. They really are. Beyonce, because she knows how to put on a show. She'll have everything. You know, she surprised you every time. So I would have to go with Beyonce on this one.
Look, y'all already is voting. We even asked y'all to vote. Y'all already vote.
I know.
Y'all ready for it. They're ready for it, y'all. Okay. That's all right. I'm here for it too. Okay. So next up, we have Missy Elliott. First of all, that's no bad. You can't battle with somebody to produce your records, okay? I'm just saying. It wouldn't be a record without them. So you can't really battle somebody that produces your record. I mean, they could produce a song. But when you work with somebody like a legend like Missy Elliott, when somebody like that, you can't put Missy against a singer, like that kind of artist. They got to be against a producer, extravagant, somebody that's produced rap, sing. You know what I'm saying? There's no way you can put a producer, somebody like that against a singer like that. Period. Okay? Period. So, Twisty, talk to me. Missy Elliott and Mariah Carey.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you, Troy. Missy Elliott is like she's like a creator. Like she's like so creative. It's ridiculous. Mariah Carey sings, but Missy is creative. Like she's like an artist. Like she's just beyond art to me, in my opinion. That would be an interesting versus. I don't even know what to even think about the two of them versing each other because they're two totally different realms of artistry. It's just they're two totally different, types of women, and they're two just totally different types of art. So they both hold their own in their own lane.
Gotcha. I'm
a huge Missy fan too, though. Like I don't know, I probably would pick Missy over Mariah.
Well, all right, cool. Moo, did I skip you? Did I get to you? I skipped you on this one.
Wait, what's this?
This is Missy Elliott. No, it's your turn. I was supposed to go to you first. Go ahead.
Missy.
Yeah, Missy Elliott. My bad. I skipped you. My bad. I messed the flow up. I'm sorry.
That's not a good match. I don't think it would be. Yeah, no.
No, that's it.
I mean, it's two different, totally types of sounds and music. So no, definitely.
No, definitely not. Okay. Okay. All right, then at least Valeriana. Talk to us. Missy Elliott and Mariah.
Yeah, I don't think there's much to say about this one. They're just way too different. And I love Missy. She's like everything, she can do anything. So I would say Missy hands down.
Missy hands down. See, I am not playing with y'all. She's something straight to the point. Yes or no? Got it. Okay, cool. Now we're talking about, first of all, y'all need to take this man's name over. Y'all cannot put my guy, Stevie Wonder, on the list. Okay? There will be no Mariah without Stevie Wonder. Understand? So there is no way that I'm going to talk about this, because that's one of my legends, and ain't no way they can even still on the same stage besides singing one or two songs. Okay? So I'm moving on. Moo, Stevie Wonder and Mariah. Talk to me. I'm gonna leave that down.
Yeah, but while it would be good, they will put on a fucking show.
It'll be a Stevie show. There's no way Mariah can do a Stevie. Okay. Besides, give up.
I feel like if they do it ain't gonna be no verses no more. It's gonna be like what?
It will be Stevie featuring Mariah.
Not at all.
Christy.
Yeah, man.
But,
Stevie Wonder.
Nowadays, Mariah sound so shit.
Okay. All right. Got it.
Well,
right.
damn.
So we start
Mariah
talking about
taking-
Christy.
Mariah taking some L's tonight. Yeah, me too. Me too, Moo.
Oh,
For real.
good one. Good one. Mariah, Stevie Wonder and Mariah Carey.
Stevie, I mean, come on. Shoot.
That's it. It
That's
was a
it.
period. A big one.
And he plays an instrument. I mean,
Right.
come on. He's multi-talented.
With no sight.
Oh. He gonna dance circles around her in one spot. Come on, y'all ain't playing with me.
Yeah, shit.
Last but not least, okay. The Pied Piper himself, Mr. R. Kelly and Mariah Carey. First of all, I don't think you can find anybody to battle with R. Kelly. Because the man is one of the most talented musical geniuses in the world. I mean, he did what he did, and we can't change that. That's flesh. You know what I'm saying? You can't change the change this man has made in the world with his music. I'm not taking away from what he did. Not saying that makes him, I ain't getting on that. You can't tell. I'm a cow does music, and when it comes to music, there's no mofo like R. Kelly. Okay, yeah. And from behind bars, still making the money and still figuring a way to make it out. I'm telling y'all. Listen to an album with Justin Bieber and R. Kelly, and I was like, who the hell is this? I didn't even know it was Justin Bieber, but it was because when R. Kelly put his stank on it, So I think there's no match here. R. Kelly is in a league of his own. When you find somebody that can battle R. Kelly, let me know. But outside of that, maybe Babyface, but we'll talk about that another day. R. Kelly. So Moo, R. Kelly and Mariah, talk to me.
No, different, but then again, I don't know. I think that was, I don't know, because me growing up, I feel like this all my era, R. Kelly, Mariah Carey, the Beyoncé's and stuff like that. So, I don't know, that's hard. That's hard.
Right now. Well, when the time comes.
He's a genius. But when I think about it, because I could sing Mariah in the shower and I don't even jam R. Kelly no more.
Ooh, okay now. He said I'm on the fence, maybe. Okay. And that's all right. That's all right. Okay, Chrissy.
Okay.
Talk to us. What you think about this? R. Kelly and Mariah.
I'm kind of on the fence too, but I would say This is too hard. This is like trigonometry right now. I would say Mariah. Only because I gotta stay true to my vibes.
No problem at all. Team Mariah. Okay, no problem. No worries. Lay Hunter, talk to Mariah Carey or Kelly.
Yeah. I know with everything this man is going through and stuff, but I hate to give him his credit, but I'm gonna have to say R. Kelly on this one. I mean, he's a come on, he's a genius. He writes for almost everybody. He's got so many hits. He could probably sing anything, the phone book, ABCs, whatever. You know, I would just say it.
Period. All right now. So cool. All right, guys. Well, look, that was our best us from Mariah Carey. And everybody else in the room that we had talked about. So we're gonna keep things moving right now with our next topic for our Homo C. Let's talk about it. Aaron.
The biggest gay news in every state, part 1. Virginia is requiring teachers to respect their students' pronouns, so this teacher adjusted.
You've made your point. You no longer value me or many other teachers you've employed in this county. So since my contract outlines the power that you have over my employment, I thought it necessary to resign in front of you. School board, I quit your policies, I quit your trainings, and I quit being a cog in a machine that tells me to push highly politicized agendas on our most vulnerable constituents, the children.
All right now, let's do it, Aaron.
All right. So this topic is called Why a Cog? And it goes, okay. This is how it goes. So, why a cog? And it actually came from a post from our friends at LGBTQ Niger. Now, yay, Virginia is requiring its teachers to address kids by their desired pronouns. And a teacher very publicly resigned after this, as we saw, crying that she didn't want to be, quote, a cog in a machine that tells us to push highly politicized agendas on our most vulnerable constituents, the children. Now, aside from the fact that some smart aleck kids will make up smart aleck pronouns, what makes this teacher right with her perspective? And how should this pronouns rule be enacted with safeguards to maintain the dignity of this wonderful progressive move? And the order of this topic is Chrissy, Blariana, Troy Weeks Music, Mumu LaRue.
Well, first of all, children are very impressionable. And, you know, they only know what people, I don't know. I can recall being a child. I can recall many years of my childhood. I can recall a lot of things that were taught to me. You know, I do believe in cultural conditioning and all that, and, you know, idealism and everything being, you know, programmed into children and all that. Children are impressionable, but they're never encouraged to be present. They're never encouraged to, you know, even speak about what it is that they want, what it is that's inside of them. So I don't know. I would have to I think that her reaction was like harsh, or not harsh, but dramatic. I think her reaction was a little bit dramatic. But I understand it as a parent, because children are impressionable. And instead of blaming it on some type of like some type of system being responsible, it should be she should have said something different, but that's what she felt. But her I don't know, she stood up for her civil liberties and her beliefs and everything. So but children are impressionable. You can children aren't told at a very young age you have a choice. They tell you have rights, but those are defined by guidelines. But they don't tell you, as a child, that you get to choose, or you get to find out for yourself what works for you, and what direction you want to go in life, what's going to work for you, for your whole self. So I don't know. That's what I got.
Ariana.
I agree with Chrissy. I do feel that she was being a little dramatic about it, but I do respect that she, voiced her opinion or whatever. But I don't know. I just feel like they teach kids what they want to teach them. And a lot of kids nowadays are scared to speak up about how they feel, what their opinions are. And I feel that us as adults should give them an outlet to, let them speak on how they feel, how they want to be, introduced, or, how they want to live their life. I think that it could help with mental health too, when it comes to the young people. So that's how I feel. I mean, I respect that she gave her opinion, but yeah.
All right now. Okay, cool. So when it comes to me in this situation, I just feel like in today's time, there's a lot of people who feel like they're being forced agenda is being pushed, no matter what it is, whether it's movies, whether it's TV commercials. We've been talking about this on our show all the time. So someone's gonna always feel like some kind of agenda is being pushed when they don't believe in what's being seen. If she's not LGBTQ, or having someone in her family who's LGBTQ, she might not understand the reality of what a pronoun means to someone who's fighting to be themselves. So, no disrespect to her, I just think it was a lot to quit your job because somebody else wants to be called something else. That was kind of deep. So maybe she's starting her own force to do some great work doing something else, but I hope she has a plan B, because I don't know about that. Why would you do that? Especially being a teacher, you know what I'm saying, who's teaching our kids every day. So to me, it sends the wrong message. Why wouldn't you allow kids to be who they are? This is who, my only thing is this, depending on what age and all that kind of stuff, I just feel like certain things now is too accepting when it comes to kids. At the end of the day, as kids, their mind develops at a certain age, they're still growing. I just think parents should take some control of a certain thing. You should not be calling a 6-year-old a little boy, in my opinion, she, her, them, because you're 6. You know what I'm saying? Your body's still growing. You know what I'm saying? You still develop it. I'm not saying that you might not be born LGBTQ, because not something you're born with. People think that you wake up every day and say, "This is who I want to be," But I still think it takes time to develop into who you are. And so I still think that, even though we're accepting of more people in today's time and of the LGBTQ, I just feel like when it comes to kids, you got to be very sensitive and very important about that, because you're changing their lives. And if, them being who they are and standing who they are is very important. But how they do that, as you being a parent and representing them and them representing you, is important how that transpires. So I'm sorry to this woman for quitting her job for that. But I just feel like as long as there's some kind of rules and regulations in place to make sure that it's done the right way and is respected, and it's done with decency and order, then I think that, hey, shout out to the world for being progressive and things moving forward. But I just think that there's limits to when it comes to age and stuff like that. So being a parent myself, I just feel like, there's a time and a place, and certain kids may feel a certain way, but they don't know themselves. It took me some time to know who I was. And it wasn't until I was after 18 years old. So I just feel like regardless of how you feel, there's nothing wrong with feeling how you feel, but you need time to grow into who you really are. So you don't know who you are at 6 years old, friend. You just, just breathe it into life. You ain't busting nuts yet, okay? So you don't know who you are. So it takes time. And that's my 2 cents on that. But Mumu, talk to the people. What makes a teacher write about her perspective? What do you think about all that? And the programs, the pronouns and the rules, safeguards, you think that things should be in place for this progressive move to move forward? Talk to us.
I think it's good that she did express that, because people need to understand that this is what's really going on, right? Same thing we went through growing up, and I felt I didn't understand it. That's where the behavioral kids and stuff comes in, because they go to school and stuff like that, and they're being forced to do something that they don't want to do, right? And so, yeah, I feel like it's good that she said that. I'm mad that she would say it now, I guess, because something happened. Because you've been through this and you're teaching it to them. So, but yeah, no. I'm glad she said something about it though. But I'll just leave that there.
Okay, cool. Well, that has been our main topics for today for our home tea. But it's time to get into our main topic of the night. 2 topics. For those of you out there who are on our live, who will be listening and tuning in now, please make sure you follow us first and foremost. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff that keeps you a part of the conversation and what we're doing at Verse TV 121. So, just letting you guys know. Aaron, take it away. We're going to give you a little bit about what we're going to be talking about. But if you want to see what we got going on, you got to go over to our YouTube or go over to one of our podcast outlets and check us out. Hear the rest of the story, the rest of what we got today. Let's do it, Aaron.
This topic is called The Homo's Choosy Lover. And it's coming from Byron Jamal's book, Dating Men. Now, the book mentioned that some people choose their mate based on how the offspring may look. Now, this made Aaron Mack wonder, choosing a mate based on how the kids may look, is that most often portraying personal insecurities about how you look because you want your child to have features received as more, quote, attractive, end quote, than yours? And what might be the harm in this? Now, this topic is Blariana's, so the order is Blariana, Troy Weeks Music, Mumu LaRue, and Chrissy.
Okay. So I feel that I don't think it's a good thing to do